إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد. My brothers and sisters, many times in the Qur'an and the Sunnah of Prophet, these two sources of our religion, they call us to specific things, to subtle things, to things that many people don't pay attention to, or many people forget, things that many people are not aware of. And from those things is this month that we're in, the month of Sha'aban. The Prophet ﷺ, one day Usama bin Zayd radiyallahu ta'ala anhu asked him, Ya Rasulullah, I see you fasting much more in this month, Sha'aban, more than any other month except Ramadan. Why is this? The Prophet ﷺ told him that Sha'aban is a month which many people are heedless of. Many people don't pay attention to it. And it comes between Rajab, which is a sacred month, as we mentioned before, and Ramadan, which is a blessed month. The Prophet ﷺ, he said that in this month, the deeds of the human beings, of the Muslims, they are brought up to Allah Ta'ala. And he said, I love when my deeds are taken to Allah while I'm fasting. So what can we benefit from this hadith? Many benefits that we can extract. Number one is that this month is a month of Islam. And it's called Sha'aban. And it's important for the Muslim to know the Islamic month. It's important for the Muslim to refer himself to the Islamic month, to the month of Islam. Not just January, February, March, la. To know the names of the month in Islam. To know what happened in those months. To know what didn't happen in those months. To know how to carry yourself in those months. Because many of those months, each of them, they have specific things. For example, Muharram. That's the month in which Allah Azza wa Jalla saved Musa alayhi salatu wasalam from Fir'aun. So, in Islam, or as Muslims, we should know the benefit or the things that are about the Islamic month. Now, another thing that we can benefit from is that many people in this month, they are heedless. And we shouldn't be from those people. We should be from those who are awake and alert when Sha'aban comes. People know about Rajab. It's the second month, they know about it. Ramadan, every Muslim should know about it. If a person doesn't know about Ramadan, then his Islam is very doubtful. But in between those two, there's a bridge. There's a door to Ramadan, and it's Sha'aban. In this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he tells us that the deeds are taken to Allah Azza wa Jalla in this month. And the Muslim has to know, well, every single day your deeds are taken to Allah and they are presented to Him. Twice a day. In the morning, the angels, they come. They see what you're doing, what you didn't do, what you were supposed to do, which sin did you do, and so on and so forth. And in the evening, when those angels go and present your deeds to Allah Azza wa Jal, the angels, or other angels come for the evening and they record your deed as well. So your deeds daily, our deeds daily are presented to Allah Azza wa Jal twice. Weekly, our deeds are also presented to Allah Ta'ala on Thursday. And this is why in the hadith where Prophet he was asked, why does he fast on Monday? He said that was the day he was born in. But did you ever ask yourself, why do you fast on Thursday? Why do we say that it's a fasting on Monday and Thursday? Why Thursday? Monday we know, because that is the day Prophet was born in. How about Thursday? Thursday is the day that weekly your deeds are mentioned, are presented to Allah Ta'ala. And this is why we fast on Thursday as well. And in that same hadith, Prophet ﷺ said what? I love when my deeds are presented to Allah while I'm fasting. Now yearly, the deeds of the Muslims or the human beings, they are presented to Allah Azza wa Jal every single year. From what you did from this year to next year, every Rajab. When Rajab kicks in, your deeds go to Allah Azza wa Jal and He looks at them. So these are a few benefits that we can take from this hadith. What are the things that the Muslim should do in this month? As the hadith says, you should fast. You know how in Salah, for example, people came in right now, and before sitting down in the masjid, there's 2 rak'ahs that you have to do. We know of the salawat of rawatib, that you pray 2 rak'ah before Fajr, 4 rak'ah before Dhuhr, 2 after Dhuhr, 3 or 2 after Maghrib, 2 after Isha, and then the witr as well. It's the same thing with the fasting as well. The fasting has things, other fasts that come before it, or it's the same thing for Ramadan. Ramadan is a month, all of it we fast. But before it, you should fast too. And after it, you should fast too. And from the fasting that you should do before Ramadan comes in, which is like a ratiba, something that is going to complete your mistakes in Ramadan. Something that is going to fill up the gaps that you had in Ramadan. Fasting in Rajab, and also after it, fasting the 6 days of Shawwal. So this is what Islam is about. This extra fasting that we're going to do, or that we should do in this month, and after Ramadan goes as well, is for us to fix those gaps. When the actions of Qiyamah are going to go to Allah, when we're going to stand in front of Him, of course we're going to have shortcomings in our Salah. So don't be a person who, you only pray the 5 prayers and that's it. You never ever pray the rawatib. You never ever pray 2 rakat before the salawat or after, or rakatin for the Tahiyat masjid, or in your house, qiyamul layl. All you do is just the 5 prayers. You're going to come in on Qiyamah and you're going to see that there's some prayers that are missing. The Prophet said what? That a person is going to stand for the salah and he only gets half of it, half the reward. Some of the scholars say that it's impossible for a person to get full 100% reward in salah. You cannot get more than 50%. Some of us get 25%, some get 10%, some get 0. So you're going to put all your salawat on the 5 prayers only? No. You have to be smarter than that. Those extra salawat that we're supposed to do is to fill up these things, these wajibat. And that's what Allah is going to say to the angels when there's going to be those gaps. Look in the extra salawat that my servant did. Perhaps they can fill it up. Likewise, Ramadan. Your Ramadan is not going to be perfect. And we know our Ramadan is not perfect. We still sin in Ramadan. We still do things that we're not supposed to be doing in Ramadan. So how are you going to fill up those gaps if you don't fast in Rajab, for example? If you don't fast Mondays and Thursdays? If you don't fast the 6 days of Shawwal? How are you going to fill those gaps? So it's very important that to prepare for the obligatory fast in Ramadan, that we fast this month as well. Now, of course, it's nearly the end of Rajab. The second part is already in. Now, the second part of Rajab is already in, or very close at least. But likewise, or nevertheless, the person should still start, fast a little bit before Ramadan comes. But you have to be aware though. It's not permissible for the Muslim to fast connectively, and there's no gap between the fasting of Rajab and Ramadan. No. The Prophet ﷺ said, "La tuqaddimu Ramadan biyawmin aw yawmayn." Don't extend Ramadan. Don't fast before Ramadan comes in of 1 or 2 days. No, don't do that. Except for a person who he has that habit. If you have the habit to fast a lot, then khalas, you can do it. But if it's not your habit, then make sure you fast these few days, and a bit before Ramadan you stop fasting. It's not permissible for you to fast anymore because you didn't have that habit. Likewise, from the acts of worship that the Muslims should do in this month is to learn the fiqh of Ramadan. Don't wait for Ramadan to come in and then something happens to your father, like, oh, I don't know what's the answer. And in Ramadan you go and search for the answer. Before it comes, learn how to fast. Even if you've been fasting for 50 years and your beard is white, there's still things that you don't know about. There's still things that we don't know about. And it's always good to revise them. Allah Ta'ala has said in the Qur'an, فَذَكِّرْ فَإِنَّ الذِّكْرَ تَنْفَعُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. So the masajid, they should have a class about the fiqh of Ramadan. The children should be taught about how to fast properly in Ramadan. If you can go online, type in the fiqh of Ramadan, a trustworthy person who has knowledge to learn about these things before Ramadan comes in. From the actions that you should do, and that we should do in Rajab, in preparation for Ramadan, is increasing in our recitation of the Qur'an. Anas bin Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhum, he said that when Rajab would come, the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, they will rush, and they will pick up their mushaf, their masahif, and they will start waiting for me. And this month, the month of Rajab, it was known as Shahr al-Qurra, the month of the reciters. Sha'aban, afwan. And by the way, it's permissible in Islam to talk to the khatib. But this is not a mistake that Shaykh Abu Ali did. It's permissible if the khatib makes a mistake, you can correct him, yes. But as for talking between yourselves, it's not permissible. It makes your Jum'ah batil. Talking to the khatib, that's permissible. فعلى كل حال, Sha'aban was known to the Sahaba as the month of the Qur'an, because they would start rushing to the Qira'ah of the Qur'an in this month. They would, for our time, learn tajweed. You don't know how to read the Qur'an properly, you go to Ramadan to do that. You don't have time anymore. You should have started a long time ago even. From the things that the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, they would do in this month, they would give zakat. They would pay the zakat in Sha'aban. Why? Many of us, we think, oh, Ramadan is a blessed month, I want to pay zakat now to increase my reward or whatever. But look at the fiqh of the Sahaba. The Sahaba, they will pay their zakat in Sha'aban. Why? Because that's going to help the poor people to fast. So when you find in your countries where you come from, people are asking for donations for Ramadan, save your zakat for this time, to make it easy on the poor people from where we come from, Africa or India or Pakistan or wherever we come from, Afghanistan, so that they have a good fast as well. They can break their suhoor in a noble way. Some people don't have anything in Ramadan. They enter the day in Ramadan and they fast with the niyyah. They don't even have some food, no suhoor for them. Iftar comes, they break their fast with the niyyah, because they have nothing to eat. But this is the time where a person should pay his zakat, not Ramadan. It's good to pay Ramadan, but right now, don't think about yourself only. Think about the food and the good Ramadan that your brother and sister in a poor Muslim country, or even here in the UK. This month, Lasab al-Shadid, many people, they claim things in this Rajab, in Sha'aban, and they bring innovations in the religion. And they don't read, or it's like they're not aware of the hadith where the Prophet told Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, "Man ahdatha fi amrina hadha ma laysa minhu fahuwa rad." Whoever introduces a matter, a new thing, which is not from Islam, is going to be rejected from him. So you find them, they invent things in Islam. There's a salah that many people they do. They call it Salat al-Alfiyya, where they come to the masjid and they want to pray 100 rak'at. The people gather, for example, on the 15th of Sha'aban, which was, I believe, yesterday night or 2 nights ago. And they specifically choose this day for Qiyamul Layl. So he never prays Qiyamul Layl ever in the year. But when the 15th night of Sha'aban comes, he prays Qiyamul Layl, and that's when he makes dua. But some people even give more importance to the 15th of Sha'aban, that night, more than the last 10 nights of Ramadan. And look what innovation does to the person. You direct your attention away from what was legislated, what has dalil and proofs. So it's upon us to stick to what the Prophet was on. It's upon us to stick to what the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala was on, or were on. If we find a text that said the Sahaba used to do something, we do it. But if we don't find a text that said the Sahaba used to do this thing, we don't do it. And as is a principle in Islam, لو كان خيرا لسبقونا إليه. If she was good, then don't think that you're going to come in 2022 and find some new thing in Islam, find something that is going to give you more reward and the Sahaba didn't know about it. La, it's impossible. And if you believe that there's something wrong with your Islam, if you believe that the Sahaba didn't do something, and you come in 2022, 21st century, and you're doing it, and apply this to everything is in that you hear, whether it be the Mawlid, whether it be this festivity or whatever. If you think that the Sahaba radiallahu ta'ala anhum, they didn't know about it, or they knew about it and they didn't do it, and you think you're better than them, it's between you and Allah. I can't do anything for you. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله على إحسانه والشكر له على توفيقه وامتنانه، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له تعظيما لشأنه، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله الداعي إلى رضوانه. أما بعد. As we said previously, then Sha'aban is the bridge between Rajab and Ramadan. Last time when I gave the khutbah here, I gave a parable that one of the early Muslims gave. And he said that the month of Rajab, which is before Sha'aban, is a sacred month. It is like a person planting seeds, putting seeds in the ground. And he said that the month of Sha'aban, this month, is to water those plants. And Ramadan is for you to harvest the fruits that come out and you're coming to take those fruits. And look how the Salaf or the pious brothers, the early Muslims, they used to think. And we cannot repeat and stretch upon this more. It is important that we realize that as Muslims, Ramadan is not prepared in Ramadan. Just imagine when you're going for a journey. Do you get up on that same day and you do your back on that same day? You look for your passport on that same day? No. You prepare 2 weeks before, a month before. Ramadan is a journey. How do you think that when Ramadan is going to kick in, your iman is suddenly going to go high? And you're going to be inspired to do all the la. You have to train yourself shay'an fa shay'an. Till Ramadan comes and then you're pumped up. You're ready. Just imagine when a person is running, for example. Every time you start something, it's a bit slower, even in your business. But when you start doing it more and more and more, that's when you catch up. That's when you speed up. So why don't we apply these same things in Ramadan, in our ibadat? Why is it that you only wait when it's 12:45? That's when you leave your house to walk to the masjid. When the iqamah is at the same time. When is it that you know the salah is at that time and then you see didn't make wudu? And then you came, you missed the first rak'ah, the second rak'ah. And as Prophet ﷺ said, every time you hasten to do good deeds, Allah is going to hasten your affairs. Every time you're quick to do something that Allah ordered you to do, this is when your risk is going to come. Your children are going to be obedient to you. Your wife is going to be obedient to you. The husband is going to give gifts to his wife. This is how your life is going to and be improved. But every time Allah is behind you, Allah is the last thing in your mind, that's why you have problems in your life. Your kids, they're not listening to you. Your wife won't listen to you. You lost your job. It's easy. 1 + 1 is 2. Very easy equation. So we ask Allah to make us from those who, when they hear the reminder, they apply it straight away. Don't wait till tomorrow. Tomorrow you don't know. You don't even know if you're going to be there or not. Wallahi. And we always say this, but it's like we don't even pay attention to it. How many people were with us last year at the university this year? We always say this. Till it's going to be our turn now. And when we die, people who come, who stay after, they will, subhanAllah, Nuruddin was here, he gave the khutbah, he's passed away. And think about this. Wallahi, one day we're going to be in our graves, forgotten about. And if we don't do the actions today, what are we going to do? As one of the Salaf, he said that your life is 3 days. 3 days. Not 4, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yesterday, and it's gone. You can't take it back. You can't go back in time. And you have today, the present. This is the time of action. And you have tomorrow, and you're not going to be guaranteed if you're going to be here tomorrow. Wallahi, any one of us can pass away. After the khutbah, I say, out. And wallahi, we heard it before. SubhanAllah, we just prayed the khutbah with him. We just prayed Jummah right now with him. And he had a car accident, or a heart attack, or something happened to him. Or tomorrow morning, we come at Fajr time, Fulan is not there.